This is Tammy Faye, and oh, I'm so glad to be back. It's so wonderful to be welcomed back into your homes after all these months. It's been a trial, it's been a tribulation, but I'm smiling again. Now, I want to welcome you to our new home here in Knoxville. We've just relocated, and oh God, girls, I've been living out of boxes, and it's not a lot of fun, but that's the way it's been. I wanted to talk to you this evening. Now, I know that there is a Bring Back the Bakers Club that has formed down in here in City, USA. And well, Jim and I, our hearts are so happy to know that you do want us to come back. And well, right now we have no plans for television ministry. But if that's what the public wants, and they want us back, we will come back. I'd like to do the beginning of the show. At the beginning of the show, I would like to have a little cleansing. I'd like to start out, which we all could use, we need. I'd like to start out with a little communion, and if you'd like to partake at home, please feel free. I have my prescription medicine that I have to take for my nerves. Wine sure is good. I always feel so much better after communion. Don't you? Well, everybody wants to know, where did all the money go? I don't know. I don't know where all the money went. I wish I knew, but I don't. We never voted on our salaries. We never did. Jim and I were always out of the room when the PTL board voted on our salaries. And we said, you know, you guys, we're not worth this much. And they said, oh, you guys are worth it. So we never had anything to do with our salaries. Now, all we have left is $37,000, and it's cost us that much to move here and relocate. I think that Jerry Falwell stole it all. That's what I think. That's my opinion. Here, I found, and you can find them in every supermarket, one of these trash magazines, which I think is a bunch of tripe. And, well, I won't go into any details about the things that it says in there. But it says terrible things about my husband, Jim Bakker, that just are not true. It talks over and over about one night with that little tramp, Donna Rice, or Jessica Hahn, or whatever her name was. You never hear any of the good things that my husband, Jim Bakker, did. He built Heritage City, USA, from nothing to a big Christian amusement park for Christian people to come and have a good time. And it was all taken away from us, stolen by Jerry Falwell because of one night with that little tramp, Jessica Hahn. Now, I'd like to tell you a story about what a wonderful Christian husband that I have. One night, Jim and I had been traveling across the country, talking to the partners, and we were tired and weary from collecting checks and having conversations, and we were very, very, very tired and very weary, much like Joseph and Mary were when they couldn't find anywhere to have the baby Jesus. And, well, we were famished, and so we stopped at a roadside McDonald's to have our dinner. Earlier on in our travel, we had noticed that a bus was pulled over by the side of the road, broken down. Well, we didn't think anything about it. Well, when we got to this McDonald's, there inside was a group of mothers with their children, and they had been stranded for hours and hours at this roadside McDonald's. Now, girls, can you imagine being stranded in a roadside McDonald's for hours and hours with a group of screaming 4- and 5-year-olds? Well, I said to Jim, oh, Jim, can't you do something to help these poor mothers? And I looked up at him over our Big Macs, and compassion was shining in his eyes. And do you know what he did? He got on the phone to Heritage City, USA, and he said, would you please send a bus and take these children home?
With just you.
But no, you never hear anything about those kind of things. All you hear are the lies that have been perpetrated by Jerry Falwell and Jimmy Swaggart. You know, Jesus said, this is my blood for which you should drink, and this is my body which you're supposed to eat. So if you can have communion at home along with me, please feel free. Now, so much has been said and written about my shopping extravaganzas. It's true, I love to shop, but I always look for bargains. I shop at places like TJ Maxx and Kmart. And I never buy expensive clothing. Kmart, I buy my hair painting kits and my cosmetics. So, I always say that the shopping helps calm my nerves. I'm a very nervous person, and it does help me to calm down. And I always say to Jim, shopping is better than a psychiatrist. Now, we have recently just relocated to Knoxville, Tennessee, and this is our new home. And so far, we're very happy here. I'm still not finished unpacking. And, well, on the way back, we stopped at the airport. And just to tell you what a pious man my husband is. Oh, we were stopped at the airport, and I did notice that Jim kept following me into the restroom. Well, I said to Jim, I lost track of him for about 45 minutes. I stood there waiting, and he never came out. And finally, he reappeared. And I said, oh, Jim, where have you been? And he said, Tammy, you have never felt the power until you've been on your knees in a men's room. I have a future album that is recorded and in the can. I just recorded in Nashville, and it's entitled Singing in the Rain. And, well, I've never lost my song. I still can sing even in the rain, which is why I chose that particular title. And I do sing some standards, such as Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and I also had some new songs written for me. So if you do see that in your stores, please pick it up. Need some more communion. I also have been asked to host The Late Show, formerly starring Joan Rivers. I think Jerry Falwell fired her too. But I do want to tell you that all you hear are the bad things about us. Well, we have been through hell. I'll never forget at the height of the scandal how my children came to Jim and they said, "Oh, Daddy, don't let Jerry Falwell take away our home." At that point, I said to Jim, I don't know how much more I can take. I'd wake up every morning wishing that they had killed me. And Jim did too. When we did return to our home at Heritage City, there was a sign posted at the guardhouse that said, "Do not feed or water the dogs." Well, to me that means let the dogs die. I think that's sad. And apparently, Jerry Falwell and his new regime at PTL found hundreds of my albums. And they took them out back behind Heritage City, USA, and they buried them with a bulldozer. And some people found them and brought them to our garage, and he had dirt all over them. But we'll rise again with the Lord's help. Incidentally, the albums are available. They're a little dusty. They can be purchased. We have a new offering available right now. If you act immediately, we only have a few. It's a limited edition. This is this lovely, lovely Christmas display. And it would look beautiful on anyone's mantle, on your coffee table. What a lovely Christian conversation piece it is. And it is also very, very versatile because all you have to do is snap Jesus on like this. See how easy that was, girls? Whoops. Can't have Jesus slipping off the cross. Now, old clumsy Tam. There we go. Now there you have a lovely Easter decoration for your home. So I think every partner should have this. It's a lovely addition. And also available, we have this lovely Last Supper montage, which was commissioned especially by us for you and for your home. And it's a lovely, lovely, lovely painting of our Lord at his Last Supper. And believe me, these days I haven't known where my next meal was coming from. And now I'd like to do a song that I did years ago on an album. And even though we've been through some trials and tribulations, I still feel wholeheartedly that I have been blessed. I have to tinkle.
But here's what I've found to be true. We always find the time to complain and be upset. We never stop to think how we're blessed. Oh, we have everything we need to enjoy our lives and seldom have to do without. Still we find it so easy to complain and to gripe, even though we've been blessed and blessed. Oh, we're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed. We are blessed. Oh, we've got shelter, clothing, and strength. We are blessed. We're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed. We are blessed. We don't deserve it, but yet we are blessed. We don't deserve it, but yet we are blessed. Did you read in the news about the plane that fell and how all the loved ones were lost? Or do you have a friend who is sick and can't get well? If so, we should share how we're blessed. Do you know of a child with no food to eat, and the mother and the father both are gone? When it comes to my mind, we'd better stop and think and be thankful that we're blessed and blessed. Oh, people, we're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed. We are blessed. Oh, we got shelter, clothing, and strength. We are blessed. We're blessed, we're blessed, we're blessed. We are blessed. We don't deserve it, but yet we are blessed. We don't deserve it, but yet we are blessed. truly are blessed, because there is no condemnation for them which are in Jesus Christ. Therefore, if God is for us, who can be against us? Blessed are they which hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. For he hath gathered us into his kingdom and made us priests of God his Father. Give to him everlasting glory. He rules forever. Amen.
Well, boy, I sure have had fun. I really, really missed the lights and the sound. And most of all, I think I've missed communion. Good night.